What's up, everyone? It's Joe from Team Dark Magic Attack. I'm just gonna go over my Skull Servant profile. This is like an extreme casual deck, like I play at game nights and stuff like that. I'm not running an extra deck. I was originally, and it was just like your basic generic like Link and Xyz stuff. Like things like Paguska and Link Karibo and stuff like that. But I took that apart actually to throw another deck. So, like I said, this is a super casual build. I'm actually going to bring this down a little bit so you can see these cards a little better. So, I'm going to go ahead and start off. So, 3 Skull Servants. These guys do nothing in the deck really except for their name. So, yeah, you're just using them for the name Skull Servant because everything else in this deck basically becomes Skull Servant in the graveyard. So that's like a big important part of here. You're running 3 King of Skull Servants. He gains 1,000 attack for every air quotes Skull Servant in the graveyard. And then what you can do is like when he's destroyed, and sent to the graveyard because of battle, you can remove from play one of these guys and another Skull Servant, and then you can special summon him. So you have a little bit of protection from him if you want. But this is like your boss monster of the deck. So like you want to dump all your other Skull Servant cards, bring him out for like 18 or like 10k or something like that, and then like swing over your opponent. And so you have your White Mare. I'm guessing I'm pronouncing it right. I've always pronounced it White Mare. I do have another one. I just have to find where I put it. I was originally running like Unizombie and stuff like that in the deck because it was more of like a synchro based deck. But then once again, like I said, I opted to take it out. So I just gotta find my other one right now. I know I have a few in bulk. But basically he's Skull Servant in the graveyard, and then what you can discard this card to activate one of the following effects. Select one of your removed Skull Servants or White Mares and return to the graveyard, or select one of my removed Lady in Whites and King of Skull Servants and special summon it. So basically he's the one that returns, banished stuff to the graveyard or special summons things in the graveyard. Moving on, Lady in White. She protects your level 3 or lower zombies when she's on the field. They can't be destroyed by battle and unaffected by card effects. And then once again, she becomes Skull Servant in the graveyard as well. 3 White Princess. She becomes Skull Servant in the graveyard as well. But if she's normal special summon, you can send 1 White Prince from the deck to the graveyard. During either player's turn, you can send this from the hand or field to the graveyard. All monsters currently on the field lose attack equal and attack defense equal to their own level and rank. So like I know Link monsters exist, but still, it's pretty nice just to get her in the graveyard. And if you have King of Skull Servant on the field and say he's up to like 8,000, you can discard this, make your opponent's monsters lose even more attack points and like swing over them if you can get it pretty low and attack for game. But she works with White Prince. And like I said, I'll get into a couple combos with all these later on today. So if you send to the graveyard, you can send 1 Skull Servant and 1 Lady in White and from the hand or deck to the graveyard. Then you can also banish 2 Skull Servants from your graveyard and special summon 1 King of Skull Servants. So you can banish 2 of your vanillas to bring back your King of Skull Servants for like 1 last swing if you want. 3 White Baking. This is the newer one that came out. This came out in, I think, Blazing Vortex. Let me see. Yeah, this came out in Blazing Vortex, I believe. So this card becomes Skull Servant once again in the graveyard. If a level 3 or lower zombie monster you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can discard this card instead. If this is sent to the graveyard, you can add 2 monsters with different names, except for White Baking, that are either Skull Servant or list Skull Servant. Add 1 to the hand and then discard the other one. So, like I said, I'll go over the combo here in a second with him, so no worries. 2 Mizukis, just basic, you know, if you're on a zombie deck, you need him in there. Banish this card from the graveyard, then target one zombie monster from the graveyard and special summon it. So, and then 2 Gazukis during the main phase and 1 zombie monster from the deck to the graveyard. And then if this is sent to the graveyard, you can banish 1 zombie monster from the graveyard, except Gazuki, and then special summon 1 from the hand. So, you can't have a zombie deck without Zombie World, and then I'm just running 1 Terraforming. This helps out with one of the other cards I'm running 2 Book of Lives. So what Zombie World does is all monsters in the field and graveyard become zombie type monsters, and you can't tribute monsters except zombie monsters. So what this says is you can target a monster in your graveyard and like 1 in your opponent's graveyard. You special summon your target and then you banish your opponent's. So since your opponent, like if this is on the field, since everything is a zombie in the graveyard, you can basically, you know, special summon 1 of your monsters, and then if they have, you know, a problematic card in the graveyard, a monster they keep bringing out or something, you can just banish it. This is basically your win condition, and for this particular build I have, basically you pimp out your King of Skull Servants. You know, he gains 1,000 for everything, so you can get up to 8,000, and then you equip this to a level 1 monster, and you can attack directly. So, and it throws everybody off whenever, you know, you have this level 1 monster with 10,000 attack, and then just swing at them for game. Twin Twister, just back row removal. You can use Cosmic if you want, whatever. But I like Twin Twisters because it has the discard one. And that helps out with a couple of the combos a little bit. Where Art Thou? You get a level 1. Well, if you have a level 1 face up on the field, you can add 1 level 1 from the deck to the hand, and then if you don't summon that monster during the end phase, you take 2,000 attack or 2,000 life points. So like basically this is just an easy way to get your King of Skull Servants out if you need it, and then play them and, you know, swing for game if you have to. 1 card destruction. This is basically just to fill up your graveyard. So if half of your stuff's sent to the graveyard or whatever, you know, you're good with that. 1 Foolish, and that's basically just, once again, to dump something into the graveyard and to get the effects out of it. And then the only trap I'm running is Gravity Bind. Yeah, I mean, you can put, like, I had a metaverse in here just for Zombie World and stuff, and like you can run anything else if you want, honestly. Like, you don't have to run Gravity Binds if you want to run like Imperms or evenly matches or like whatever. Like you can add and take out whatever you want from the deck, but I like Gravity Bind. I know Lynx exist, and I know Xyz monsters exist, but like it is just fun pulling this out whenever you're playing against somebody and they're like, what the heck is this? But this also helps you out because like all your monsters are basically level 3 or lower. So, and then especially like King of Skull Servants, it's just that extra, oh, hey, you know, my guys can attack, your guys can't. So that's basically it for the deck. It's pretty cut and dry on what you do for it. We're just going to go over just a few combos, so I'm just going to sort out the cards here. Okay, cool. So, really, like I said, Skull Servant doesn't really do anything, but if she's summoned, she's normal, special summoned, you can send 1 of these guys to the graveyard, and then whenever he's sent to the graveyard, you can dump a Lady in White and a Skull Servant, if you can read that. So basically what happens is, you summon her, you dump him, and whenever he's dumped, you can dump these guys. And then depending on like how many, you know, other Skull Servants, you know, he's already up to 3,000 attack because of that. Another one with the White Baking. So what he does is if he's destroyed, you can add 2 monsters with different names. So basically what you want to do is kind of the same thing. You want to add him to your hand, and then him, and then you'll discard him, and then you just use that same effect, and then get more in the graveyard. So I mean, like that's the whole point of the deck. Is just to fill up your graveyard, and then swing at them for game. So yeah, there's not much more to explain. I mean, you can add in whatever you want. I know some new zombie support just came out. It was like, what, ghost cards? They had like Ghost Fusion or something like that. I haven't really looked into that, but I'll probably do that with my my normal zombie deck with the king and stuff like that. Because that's the one with all the tuners and the Red Eyes Necro Zombie and stuff like that. So yeah, that's just the generic deck here. Like I said, you can run it however you want. You can add whatever you want in here. But this is just my particular build. It's just fun to whip out once in a while whenever, you know, like I said, I have a game night or whatever. Let me know down in the comments what kind of decks you want, profiles you want me to do. I have a lot of more casual builds as well. I like building some of these decks that, you know, people like the budget decks, you know, the structure decks and stuff like that. And then just, you know, I love building like the insect deck and the dinosaur stuff, you know, from the animes that people like to watch. So if you ever want to see something else of whatever I have built, just let me know down in the comments. All right, thanks, bye.
Dark magic attack!